Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gravity Throttle Racing. Can you believe it? The final group race is about to begin, and the drivers are warming up. Looks like one of them took a tumble, but back they go on top, and Richard is the one filming.
Hey race fans, yeah, this is Richard Gere. I'll bring the play-by-play.
From Colorado, the number 15 seed. From Raw Sun God Racing, the driver is Audi Vider Sayan, and 1994 Audi Avant. Now the number 18 seed from Oklahoma is Old Sarge Racing, and Private is driving a degassed gasser, a 1964 Nova Wagon. The number 34 seed from Oregon is G-Force Racing, and Giorgio, he's been here before, driving an Audi e-tron wagon. Then finally, from Oklahoma, the number 50 seed is Disaster Jack, and the driver is Vivi, the number is Vivi, and we know that's 55, who will be the 16th in the Sweet 16.
Almost exactly 2 months ago, we had the first group, and 16 groups later, here we are. These drivers have been itching to go, and they're looking great. After an even start, Giorgio pulls out in the lead. Private is right there on his inside, and it's Vivi coming down the Mesa Butte and over the top, but I think it's going to be Giorgio out in the lead. Private is pulling just a little bit, cutting off Vivi. That was a nice cutoff. Giorgio, tumbling, but coming through first place, and Private takes second. Vivi in third. Here comes Audi Vider Sayan, and scooting backwards, but through the finish, will take fourth. Race 1 is in the books.
Well, race fans, it was Disaster Jack, and Vivi taking the lead early on. And as we saw before, Giorgio pulls out ahead. Old Sarge is right there, looking quite smooth in that degassed gasser. But it was Audi Vider Sayan with Raw Sun God Racing that got caught backwards, and still in the fight. Here he comes. A nice little slide around to get the nose pointed forward. And as we watch them come around the big U, this is the order they finish. And it is Giorgio with G-Force Racing that has the lead with 4 after 1 round.
Okay, and now the cars have rotated. We've got Audi Vider Sayan closest to us. Private next to him. Giorgio, and on the outside is Vivi with Disaster Jack. And Disaster Jack had a slight lead, but there goes the degassed gasser, and Private looks quite good down the Joker lane, and a little bit of trouble there drifting was Giorgio, who's going to come out in the lead, and it's going to be awfully close. Oh, what a nice cutoff. Giorgio maintains the lead. Private in second. Audi Vider Sayan in third. Here they come down, and it's going to be number 1, 2, and 3, just as... Oh, no, and Vivi has crashed, and Vivi slides in, I think... Well, the back of the car is over the line.
Yeah, and we're getting word the judges are going to give Vivi a point. That's a pretty broad line. Not a very good drift there, but Vivi does keep rolling along. And as they come now onto the runway, Giorgio shows his experience, making sure to cut off Private. And then down the scrambler, Giorgio is extending that lead. The others do maintain their position. But after 2 races, G-Force has 8 points, and Old Sarge is right behind with 6.
Let's get going, race fans, for race number 3, and Vivi is now closest to us. Giorgio's on the outside. Here we go. A good start by Private, and Giorgio's pulled out in the lead again. Look at Vivi pull up, and Vivi's got the lead. Now there goes Audi Vider Sayan, and Sarge just beautifully cuts himself right past, and he's sliding on his side and getting crunched by Giorgio. Those two are out of the race. Now look at that. Audi Vider Sayan has the lead. Oh, and Vivi has crashed around the big U. Our lone finisher is going to be Audi Vider Sayan.
Wow, that is very timely. And race fans, we'll go through the entire race. First, let's take a look at these two. What a nice job by Private, just holding Giorgio at bay because Giorgio is awfully fast. But look how a rough landing over the broken down train jump or train bridge leaves those two stranded. Now, as we come around the big U, keep your eyes on Vivi. Just losing control halfway around that big turn and coming to a stop. Raw Sun God is up to 7, but Giorgio has the lead with 8.
There is 1 race before the halftime, and the cars have rotated through the lanes. Private is now on the outside. Audi Vider Sayan next to him, and Private gets a wonderful start. What a great reaction time. Here come the others, and it's... Oh my goodness! Giorgio's flipped over, and Audi Vider Sayan has the lead, but they both seem to be a little bit slowed up as they're backwards now. Vivi is in the picture still. There he comes. Oh, what a nice little move, and Vivi's got the lead down and around the big U. Good to see Vivi taking control. Oh, Vivi slips and back up. And it's going to be Old Sarge. Private taking first place. Oh, and guess what? It'll be Audi Wiedersehen taking second.
Well, race fans, there was a lot of collisions, but only 2 finishers, and we see Giorgio stuck halfway down the Joker lane. Now keep your eyes on what happens here. Audi Wiedersehen pivots around to go forward, and Disaster Jack, or Vivi, just lets him have it. Now Audi Wiedersehen limps forward, and that's important because Vivi rolls and tumbles. Old Sarge takes the win. Audi Wiedersehen gets 3 points, and those two are tied for the lead going into halftime.
Harvey, Billy, hold my beer, guys. Okay, race fans, Billy has chosen 2
Y'all are losers.
Oh, gosh, I hate that. He's chosen 2 more wagons. These are the big boys. We've got Ragtag Jim and Imagination, and so Billy decides to call him Ragtag Image.
Hey, Richard, these 2 wagons are definitely as big as the National Lampoon's Wagon Queen family truckster.
And they're not as ugly either. And did you hear Billy? He went on to say that those little squarebacks, which, by the way, fans, I said the 40s, they're from the late 60s, that they were light and small and therefore, they could make the jump no problem. He doesn't think these heavy boys can make it. Come on, guys. Let's go Imagination. Let's go Ragtag Jim or whatever. Oh! Well, Imagination unfortunately missed the landing, but look at Ragtag. He made it, and he's coming down the scrambler. Yeah, look at that. Take that, Billy.
We want to thank all of the halftime competitors as we go back and look at the instant replay. It's great to see small and big wagons try to make it. Clearly, Ragtag Jim, or Ragtag Image, has completed the task, and Billy will have to apologize to all the builders.
That's the truth.
Thank you for supporting our halftime. Let's get back to the racing.
We've got only 4 races before we know who the 16 are, and let's begin with the outside lanes. Audi Wiedersehen and Vivi have the first chance to jump over the train. And a good start by Vivi. Oh, wow, look at Giorgio pull out into the lead down the Joker lane. Let's see how the drifting goes. That's a nice drift, and Audi Wiedersehen had a great drift. He's going to pay off. I think he got 3 points over the train, and he's got the lead coming down. Private gives him a big bump. Giorgio has spun out. Audi Wiedersehen is looking quite good. Let's see how he does down the scrambler, and he's going to come through nicely. Private in second, Old Sarge, racing team. There's Giorgio in third. Here comes Vivi, and Vivi's going to roll it in fourth.
A very successful outing for Audi Wiedersehen. Watch on the outside lane. Just a wonderful cut right in front of Vivi. And 4 points, 4 extra points, because Audi Wiedersehen touched that gold stripe, marking the difference between 3 and 4. And in my excitement, I didn't see Vivi, but watch this carefully. What a great veteran move, pulling in front of Private. Here come the other drivers now. They've been slowed up, but Giorgio is in third, Vivi in fourth. And once again, down the scrambler, nice moving. 8 extra points puts Ross Sun God, that's Audi Wiedersehen, in the lead with 18. And Disaster Jack got 3 extra points.
So race fans, Audi Wiedersehen, who's on the inside lane, he's the top seed and will get a second chance to jump the train in the very last race. Right now we got Giorgio and Vivi. Nice job, Vivi. Oh, and my goodness. It was Audi Wiedersehen that flipped over. Giorgio is looking good, a great drift. Now Vivi is back there, having some problems. That may have been 3 points, it could have been 4. A nice pivot and nose forward. Here comes Private though, taking the lead away from Giorgio. But I do like seeing the drivers pivot and go forward down the runway. Now, Old Sarge, Private takes first, and Giorgio will come in second. There's race 6.
Okay, race fans, let's watch carefully here as Audi Wiedersehen noses it in and just gets caught cockeyed. Every point is going to count, and we're going to look carefully as Giorgio gets 4 points for crossing the train. That is quite an expert move on his part, but you gotta like how Private puts the pedal to the metal and floors it past Giorgio. He is first down the scrambler. Now he gets sideways, but look how he maintains control. Old Sarge Racing adds 4 points and now has 17. Giorgio at GeForce Racing gets a second place finish plus 4. He also has 17.
Race fans, Audi Wiedersehen has the lead. But Old Sarge gets 2 tries now to jump the train. Giorgio, his second attempt is coming up, and he and Private are holding it together. Look at Audi Wiedersehen coming in down the Joker lane first. Here comes Old Sarge. Nice job. Oh, what a gorgeous drift by Giorgio after getting stuck in the snow. That was 3. There's 2 extra points. Here they come around, and Audi Wiedersehen is going to try to catch up, and he's really battling it out. Meanwhile, Old Sarge is in the lead. He's well down there. You guys better catch up to Old Sarge. And Private takes first. What a great job. That's going to be 7 extra points. Giorgio takes second. Audi Wiedersehen third, and oh my goodness, Vivi has crashed.
You gotta credit Old Sarge Racing here. Private really took advantage when the advantage was definitely needed. He had a good drift, although he gets spun around. And Giorgio is trying to make up for lost time, putting in an excellent drift. But Old Sarge, or Private, spins it around. Now look, at 7 extra points to his total, puts him in the lead with 24. G-Force Racing adds 5, and he's at 22. Raw Sun God, that's Audi Wiedersehen, has 20.
What this means, race fans, Giorgio will not get any more points over the train. He's going to have to take first place. Now, Audi Wiedersehen has the catbird seat. He is going to have to stay ahead of Private and collect more bonus points over the train as the light turns green. The race looks good, and once again, Private pulls out in the lead. There goes Giorgio. Nice job, and Private is pulling in, and he's ahead of Audi Wiedersehen. He comes over with 3, and it looks like Audi Wiedersehen got 2. And here comes Giorgio pulling on the outside. What a nice job. He pulls ahead. Now he's doing his job. Is he going to finish? And Sarge has flipped over. Giorgio comes in for first. Audi Wiedersehen comes in for second. Oh my goodness, what a change of events.
This is quite amazing.
We better help us out here, Aaron.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, let's go back to the instant replay, and fans, take a look at Private from the outside lane. That is a fantastic drift. Now, Audi Wiedersehen, you gotta credit him because he is trying to stay ahead. And 3 points, and there's 2 points. Keep those numbers in mind as Giorgio comes whipping down. And Giorgio, this is where he needed to just shine, and he did as he got around. Now there's Vivi. Good to see him making his best effort on the last race, but unfortunately he gets trapped once again around the Big U. Take a look from the train view. A nice move by Giorgio to pull to the outside as Private went to the inside. And fans, as we tally up the scores for the very last race, it is Giorgio with G-Force Racing that takes the win. Raw Sun God, after collecting a second place finish and 2 points, comes in second, and Old Sarge Racing is going to be cursing that scrambler.
Indeed he will. The scrambler giveth and the scrambler taketh away. Thank you, Disaster Jack, Old Sarge Racing, and Raw Sun God. And look at that great livery on his car, a mean-looking engine from Old Sarge, and some pretty creative colors there. The Sweet 16. Let's spin that wheel. And number 2 slot is now where Giorgio is. Let's pair up these drivers, and the 3 fastest in the lower columns go with the slowest of the 4 on top. So you see, Numbskull is going to be paired up with those 3. Here we have Giorgio paired up with the 3rd column, and the 4th column will be paired up with the fastest one, Flip. This is the Sweet 16 groupings, and it is triple elimination racing. The first group we will see you next time is Flips Racing, Janabi Racing, Vapor Racing, and Roberts Diecast.
Race fans, are you tracking?